What is up, family? We have another Patreon request. When F1 races in the USA? I guess we're going to find out what happens when the F1 races in the USA.
Formula One in the USA, the place that currently hosts the most F1 races on the calendar, even surpassing Italy, and a country which doesn't just stand for the United States of America, but in the context of Formula One, also stands for unbearably socially awkward. I swear, every time F1 races in the US, it is almost always guaranteed to be a cluttered up, messy, cringe fest of a shit show that you will probably ever see from a race weekend.
Really?
And that is exactly why I love it. Celebrities being absolute buffoons, the most passionate flag waving in F1 history, wheel-to-wheel racing that could give you a stroke, and the memes we get are just golden. The US has so much bullshit happening in every race that you will either witness something so cringe-inducing or downright thrilling you get to tell your grandchildren about it. Which is why in this video I want to go through the three horsemen of where F1 has raced in the US and just the absolute chaos every time they do. And what better place to start than with the US Grand Prix, Austin, Texas. Probably the only somewhat normal race in the US, but still, because this is the USA we're talking about, normal still means a complete shitstir. Austin has always been so thrilling. It wasn't the first time F1 has raced in America, but it was one of the first US tracks to join the current calendar. And I gotta say, the Circuit of the Americas is so beautifully crafted to give us the most heart attack worthy overtakes that ever since its first race in 2012, you had Lewis Hamilton's brilliant battle with Sebastian Vettel for the win.
Very, very late, but he pulls out and pulls past, and Lewis Hamilton moves into the lead.
Then in 2015, we had Nico and Lewis's bromance falling apart. In 2017, Max Verstappen pulled off the most stunning illegal overtake on Kimi Räikkönen, but got a penalty and lost the podium.
He has a 5-second time penalty.
In 2018, Kimi Räikkönen got his final career win. Then in 2022, George Russell decided to kill someone. However, like every other race weekend, it isn't perfect. And that is thanks to none other than the celebrities. They ruin everything. In every US race, there is always...
Because you idiots give them attention. Not you idiots, but the idiots with the microphone. The media, those idiots. I should have said the media, but he's talking. So the media are the morons who make these people important. They're not important at all. At all. Yeah, I agree. It makes whatever event you want to try to enjoy, it makes it a shit show. It does.
A hive of celebrities that plague the grid, and everybody absolutely despises it because half of the...
This guy's funny as hell, by the way. I had forgotten about this guy. This guy's hilarious.
Time. These celebrities have no idea what's going on. They clearly go to the races for clout, and F1 keeps posting about them on social media like everybody's supposed to give a shit.
I love this guy. Who's making this video?
Spoiler alert, we don't.
Absolutely don't.
And the part that annoys me the most is that they make the passionate celebrities look bad. Like, we've had Jeremy Clarkson, the guy who looks insane half of the time he's doing a car show. Rowan Atkinson, he actually knows what he's doing. Tom Cruise, he would probably go skydiving with an F1 car. And Tom Holland with his passionate flag waving. And then there's just Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, waving the checkered flag in the US Grand Prix, where it looks like he's either trying to control the heaviest fishing rod or the biggest boner of all time. Now that was a joke, Tim. Please do not blow up my iPhone. But anyways, in the US Grand Prix, we also had Martin Brundle trying to interview Megan Thee Stallion, where this blonde guy over here blocks off Martin trying to act tough.
I have no rep today, I'm sorry.
Who are you supporting in the race? I can do that because I did.
Now, I don't know who this bum is, but if he's watching this video, I have 3 things to tell him. No one knows who you are. No one gives a shit about you. And don't try to look tough when you look like you get pegged every morning. Now, thankfully, at least, the memes make up for all the flaws of the US Grand Prix. We had George Russell looking at...
What is Shaquille doing in an F1 race? he looks confused why he's there.
At us like we took all his baby oil, Oscar Piastri's iconic reaction, and Daniel Ricciardo from the hit team fired pretty much anytime he goes to Texas. He will be missed. Now, Austin is also the US track packed with the most passionate fans as well, especially around the 2010s when
That was fantastic. I gotta see that again.
it's also the US track packed with the most passionate fans as well, especially
That is so pathetic.
around the 2010s when F1 wasn't as popular in America. It has significantly changed though, with more people who go there just for clout. But at the end of the day, Austin still remains a relatively action-packed, normal
This is a good
Grand
video.
Prix. And that is because the bar for chaos when it comes to F1 racing in the USA has already been set so high by Miami.
F1.
We in Miami. This is my home. The best city in the world. And the whole world is here.
This is easily considered one of the greatest of all time as well. So, David, have you got a minute for us? That's the second time he's blanked me down there. And, yeah, I mean, look at this. So, what do you do on social media?
Miami is an absolute mess. One of the worst places F1 has ever raced in. And why did F1 decide to race here?
Money.
Now, what makes Miami one of the most chaotic and worst F1 tracks is because of something I call the triple C's. Controversial, cringy, and a clusterfuck. And the worst one among these three is the cringe.
What's up, America? Let's bring that energy. Make some noise.
Hello? Anybody out there?
Holy shit, that was bad. I have never heard a quieter noise after somebody says make some noise. That was painful. And what the fuck even is this? An entire stage in the middle of the track? Cheerleaders? A full-blown orchestra?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What are we trying to see? A race or the fucking soundtrack for Interstellar? If you showed Miami and all of its shenanigans to an F1 fan from the 1990s, or heck, even me back in 2012, I would have had a big fat aneurysm. And don't even get me started with the celebrities again.
F1, family, fun, good energy.
Pharrell. Okay, we'll grab him in a minute. Hi.
They didn't want us here at F1, but what?
God did.
God did.
Oh my god.
That's right.
Like, these are not
Those are not Americans. Those are Spanish people.
real people. DJ Khaled went to Miami in 2023 in support of Lance Stroll. You can already tell there's something wrong with him from that point. And then he continued to dig a deeper grave for himself when he recorded a video of him changing tires on an F1 car where he didn't even do it right.
Let's go, Lance. I got you.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
And to all of you saying that he did it like it was NASCAR, it's not even NASCAR because NASCAR uses single bolts now. So this guy is just a dumbass. And I find it so funny when these celebrities are asked questions on who's their favorite driver and their go-to answer is always Lewis Hamilton.
How big a fan of Formula One are you?
Lewis Hamilton.
I'm not really with the team in particular, but I'm definitely a Lewis Hamilton fan.
Oh, we love having Lewis and all the drivers in Miami.
Any two drivers in the paddock, put them in the ring together. Who do you think's gonna win?
Lewis.
I feel like Lewis Hamilton has hands. I don't know.
Like, this guy has no clue what he's talking about, so he just says Lewis every time. Jake Paul, ladies and gentlemen, the guy who beats up senior citizens and calls himself a real fighter. Who's he gonna fight next, huh? Eddie Jordan? Jos Verstappen? Wait, not gonna lie, that might actually be a pretty good matchup. And with celebrities doesn't just come cringe, but also C number 2, controversy. In 2023 again, there was huge drama between Martin Brundle and Cara Delevingne, where she didn't want to answer a question from him, so Martin roasted her.
Well, the deal is everybody has to speak on the grid, but, you know, hey. Okay, all right, well, I'm sure it would have been extremely interesting.
This didn't happen in Miami though, but it just shows the problems with celebrities in general. There were also similar instances with other celebrities where it was just so awkward.
Oh, what's the question?
No, it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna kill myself!
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
But the most controversial moment was in 2024, where Donald Trump visited Miami in support of McLaren. And as you can probably tell, this erupted the F1 community. However, not for the reasons you actually think. You see, when Trump visited Miami and met Lando Norris, people weren't mad at him or McLaren. People were actually mad at this guy instead. The FIA president Mohammed Ben Sulayem, or what I personally like to call him, mild bowel syndrome. You see, a few years ago, this dumbfuck banned F1 drivers from making any political statements, whether it be on social media, on track, or wherever. But despite that rule he made, he continues to make political statements on his Instagram account and in Miami with Trump. The double standard is insane.
Kill him! Kill him!
And honestly, all of these things are just such a shit.
This video's nuts.
Game to the Miami track, because sometimes the races can actually be pretty good, which brings me to C3, clusterfuck. F1 first raced in Miami in 2022, and while it wasn't as exciting as we expected, we had Lando spinning like food in a microwave, and then in 2023, Max made a comeback drive from P9, destroying his teammates, and in 2024, we had Checo nearly torpedoing into Max, Kevin Magnussen crashing into Logan Sargent, and Lando's first win. So oftentimes, the races can actually be a little decent. It's just the gimmicks and celebrities absolutely shun everything else, that the racing is just a side quest. And boy, do not even get me started with the tickets. The cheapest 3-day ticket for the Miami Grand Prix is 940 euros, compared to Silverstone's 600 and Australia's 300 for a 4-day ticket. But honestly, these gimmicks and prices can still seem pretty tame, because despite how horrible this is, it doesn't get as bad as Las Vegas.
Oh, I can imagine. Like, who is this moron?
Overkill, expensive, but insane. The best sentence I can think of to describe Formula 1 in Vegas. If there was a race that has the perfect balance between entertainment and bullshit, it's gotta be this. When F1 first returned to Vegas in 2023, we were immediately slapped with an overkill amount of events. There was an entire hour of live shows before the race.
Yeah, they do ruin it. It's amazing. It's amazing. They ruin events.
Yo,
crazy.
This shit is actually trash.
Then the drivers were introduced to elevating platforms where they had no idea what to do.
Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Then we had Sergio Perez looking like a lost child, and of course, the giant dome, which I was severely disappointed by because they could have put all of these amazing photos on there, and yet they chose Google Chrome. But despite all of this luxury, they couldn't even bother to fix a drain cover that Carlos Sainz hit in free practice. And the worst part is that Ferrari had to pay for all the car's damages, and they also got a 10-place grid penalty for changing broken parts of their car, which, mind you, was not even their fault. But thankfully, the race was great. Despite doubts, the Vegas track worked beautifully. Turn 1 was immediate carnage. Lando Norris unleashed his inner Mazepin, and the long straights allowed for drivers to pull off amazing moves and Charles to do a brilliant last-minute dive bomb on Perez. And after the race, back to the overkill events, the drivers had a whole limo ride in a Rolls Royce where Perez looked like he doesn't know why he's there again. But let's fast forward to Vegas in 2024, and all I gotta say is that this statement still remains true. But unlike last year, there has been a huge downgrade on the events, thank God. However, there's still an equal amount of bullshit going on. Sergio Perez was able to redeem himself with Bruce Buffer this year. He finally knew what to do when his name was announced. The dome was playing clips as usual.
Oh shit!
But most importantly, there was apparently a strong smell of marijuana across the entire track that drivers were getting high in their cars. This shit only happens in Vegas, I swear to God. Franco Colapinto and Sergio Perez were the two drivers that told the media about this whole marijuana thing. And you know what makes this so much funnier? Both of them fumbled in qualifying. And even Max was high as hell. But like usual, to make up for the shenanigans, the race was insane. The first few laps were amazing. We had like 7 cars glued to each other. George Fumble kept the lead of the race. Max Verstappen was cruising from P5. Pierre Gasly's engine blew up. Surprise, surprise, Ferrari did a Ferrari thing.
A lot.
What happened? We're not ready. Wake up, guys, come on!
And last but not the least, Max Verstappen finished ahead of Lando Norris in the race, which solidified him as a 4-time world champion. The man fucking did it.
Max Verstappen is a 4-time Formula 1 world champion.
Max Verstappen, you are a 4-time world champion. That is a phenomenal achievement.
But going back to Vegas and its biggest flaw,
that is
ticket prices. Now, thankfully, in 2024, hotels and F1 organizers toned down the prices for Vegas by about 65%, mainly because no one was willing to pay $3,000 to get a chair for 3 days. But if you look back at 2023, they were that expensive, and there were still some expensive tickets in 2024. I checked online to see what was the cheapest ticket for the Vegas Grand Prix, and while I was browsing, I found something called Ramsey's Garage, a hospitality package where you get fancy foods, access to the pit lane, rooftop views, 4-day hotel,
not Gordon Ramsay,
nightclub, and front row seats to the race. Now, I thought this would cost around, maybe
it's not.
to $15,000. Seems pretty reasonable for Vegas, but little did I know, the actual price for Ramsey's Garage was $35,000. Who the hell am I gonna be served by? Gordon Ramsay himself?
Banky, did you just do a hot two?
For a second, let me just list down what you could get for $35,000, alright? A Kawasaki H2, a bike that's 75% as fast as an F1 car in a straight, and access to a racetrack, or 1,000 cardboard cutouts of Charles Leclerc, a ritual mat, and 200 scented candles, which would allow you to make unlimited prayers for Ferrari to be world champions again. So in conclusion, Vegas or F1 in the USA can be pretty much summed up as this.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
So as much as US races having their thrills
look like mostly shit to me
and funny moments, it's hard to ignore the flaws. Therefore, let's answer the most important question. How can these tracks be made better? Well, as your professional F1 yapper, I just got 3 things to say. Austin, reduce the amount of celebrities that go there.
Yes, 100%.
And invite actual passionate fans.
Yes.
Miami, get rid of the entire thing at this point. And Vegas, just make sure you display any of these photos on the dome. God bless America.
That's a great video. I love this guy. Couldn't have said it better myself. Lot of bullshit. And they really think we care. That's what's amazing. They really think that the public care. Like, oh, it's Venus Williams. Oh, I have to see what she thinks about the F1 racing. Go ahead, say something, please. That's it? Like, why do you care? Seriously. Oh my God. Anyway, F1 races in the USA. Commercialized, to say the least. But it looked like the racing could have potential for some really good exciting races. But is it just me, or are these perhaps, am I ever going to find the damn tracks now? Are these perhaps a little too difficult? I mean, does it seem fair, or all F1 racetracks are like this? And of course, I can't find it now. I can't find it. Well, they actually had a diagram of all 3 tracks, and the tracks look absolutely nuts, if you ask me. They look nuts. Anyway, I can't find it now, but some of those turns, I mean, come on. Anyway. All right, well, there you have it, folks. And there you have it, Patreon. When F1 races in the USA. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night.